Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Book Nice coming at you with my first video of the new year. It's been a minute since I shot anything main course related or any display videos. The last like 7 to 8 videos that have been on my channel have been the podcast videos. I hope you guys are checking that out. I hope my subscribers are enjoying that. But we're doing a live podcast every Sunday. And even if you missed the live broadcast, you can still just tune into the channel and watch it as one of the videos on my channel after it's already recorded. So it's been getting a decent response. I like to see the vast majority of people that watch main course watch those videos too. But it is what it is. So I'm back. It's a new year. It's a lot of things going on right now at the start of this year. It's a lot of things that happened in 2015. A lot of great things that happened for A.C.B.A. Obviously, I'm still collecting, still displaying, still doing my thing, still having a good time. And, if you're just tuning into my channel for the first time, this is pretty much what you'll be seeing. There's a lot of displaying, me talking about a lot of figures and what I think is cool and what I think is whack and all of that good stuff. So I got some import figures here. I got the Revoltech Ultron, which I got recently, which I'm really digging. This was actually one of my top 10 figures of 2015. Even though it came out late in 2015, it still made the list. Lots of articulation. Great figure right here. And then we got some other imports in the back, some Figuarts, and the Spider-Man offering from Mafex. And yeah, man, just gonna move through a couple of things, talk about some stuff that I've received recently that I probably showed in pictures on my Instagram or on Facebook, but I haven't really been able to chop it up in a video here with you guys for a minute. So let's do that.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini Maybe I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
So I wasn't gonna record on this camera because again I just hate the dusty look, but I think the light here is showing up okay. And honestly, what I've been doing, what I will do is mess with the settings on YouTube and just edit this through the YouTube editor. So just getting a jump start on the next main course. I'm having a good time with this this table prop here. This table came with one of the WWE Elite figures. I think this one came with Farouk, or the door came with Farouk, and the table came with Bradshaw. I can't remember, but Farouk and Bradshaw are the A.P.A. dudes, and they come with some pretty cool props. The table and the chair comes with one of the two of them. I can't remember right now, but it's good because it's a round table and it allows you to get the figures around the table and a closer proximity as opposed to the last WWE table, which was the long sort of rectangular table. So I got one of the versions of the new Avengers here. I finally opened my my SDCC box set, the Doctor Strange box set. I haven't opened it since SDCC, so I got Dr. Voodoo out here. And I was just thinking about a couple of issues of New Avengers where Dr. Voodoo was helping them fight the Hood and Dormammu. I guess that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, this is a custom Luke Cage from my man Ja, who I always talk about, and I've been meaning to actually review this figure and put it in some stuff for the longest, but my camera's been out of commission, and it is what it is. Just a nice relaxed scene right here. And I think everything's looking clean. I haven't broken out this Bucky cap in a while. I was on the A.C.B.A. podcast last week, and Farrell had mentioned Bucky cap, and I'm like, you know what? I want to break out that figure. This figure was amazing when it came out, and it definitely set things in motion in the right way for Marvel Legends, for Hasbro Marvel Legends. But yeah, I was able to finally get the Walgreens exclusive Daredevil. This was actually from my man Al Figures, hooked me up. I want to get some work from Al Figures this year, actually some diorama work, but my man Al Figures was, I had inquired about this figure because I didn't see it anywhere in any of my local Walgreens, and he happened to just go in one like right after I asked, and he found it and sent it to me, and then I just sent him 20 bucks in an envelope. So yeah, I'm happy to get the same exact mold as the regular release from the Spider-Man wave. I'm hearing rumblings that they're going to be doing that the Namor figure this year is going to be a Walgreens exclusive. So if they follow the trends of last year, Marvel Legends will probably release at least 2 Walgreens exclusives. So we got to wait and see what the other one will be. But yeah, I was really happy with this figure right here. See how this will come out. I'm getting out of the scene up there. So I got him beating up some goons here. This was loosely inspired by my man Shannon Bowie, who did a Daredevil scene recently, and he had like the blue light, and I really liked the way it looked, so I was fucking around with the blue light here. But moving right along. So just for the record, the way that I achieved that kind of blue hue, or most people the way they're doing it, is just pretty much you need a white light. You need some type of light, whether it's a 3-light setup or maybe just one. What I did there was just one light, so I used my small lamp, which I'm not showing right now, to illuminate the scene, and then I will use the colored light on top of that. So this is just strobing right now, but I actually have like a little remote for this, and I can just put it on one particular color that I want. And what that does is it really makes your pictures pop, or makes the scene pop, by giving it that extra colored light. So you could just cycle through different colors and see what looks good. But it's pretty simple. It was only 2 lights though, one white light and then 1 colored light. So you could definitely do that too. Just get yourself a colored bulb. And this is on a pretty long light that has some articulation on the neck, so I could just kind of put it from a high surface. You can see it's usually I'm on the floor shooting, but it's a pretty big distance, but it still can get the job done. So I also recently picked up the Figuarts Kylo Ren. I had got the Darth Maul maybe like a week or 2 before that. I took a few pictures of the Darth Maul. I didn't really mess around with him too much. I kind of want to break him out when I get Obi-Wan, which I should be getting this month actually. But I'm really pleased with Kylo Ren here, and even more pleased with the First Order Stormtrooper. The articulation on the First Order Stormtrooper is just shitting on the Black Series. I see a lot of people doing soft goods swap with the cloak and everything from the Black Series version and putting it on Kylo Ren. Not sure I'm gonna do that with mine just yet. If I get a second one, then maybe I'll try it. But this was the Stormtrooper was actually one of my top 10 figures of 2015, another late release, but the figure is really dope. If you have an opportunity to get your hands on one of these, I would definitely recommend that you do. Just taking a closer look at the Stormtrooper, which again I think looks extremely nice, really sleek, great articulation. You can get them into all the dynamic poses that you want to. You know, you can get them actually crouching on one knee, and it looks good. Certain things that the Black Series can't do, and one of the reasons is these pouches here on the side are all articulated excuse me, and don't hinder the articulation in any way. And man, this guy just looks so good, man. I really like this figure, so much so that I actually am trying to get 10 of them. I have 3 more on the way, and hopefully soon when they go back up for order or pre-order, I'll be able to grab 3 more, and then hopefully I'll be able to finagle 3 more after that, and that'll put me at 10. But even the blaster is cool. They added this little function here where you could actually put it in both hands with the stock, I guess you could say. And other thing that's good about this guy is you can definitely get him excuse me, in an aiming position properly, which you can't do with the Black Series version because they don't have double jointed elbows. So that's a big problem. This is not as great as I would like it to get, but you get the picture. You can actually get them in a very tight aiming position if you work on it. But this is great. Nothing is hindered. Everything is really nice on this figure. I love this figure, man. So this is definitely a line that I've had a love-hate relationship with. Still went ahead and purchased a good amount of these over the past couple months. I've got the Batman, the Adventures of Batman, and Robin here, and I was able to pick up the Batgirl, and as most of you know, I got the Batmobile, which I guess I'll show in a moment. I don't know if I showed that in the last main course or not, but really my focus was to try to get as many of the villains from here as possible. I had some scenes planned out for a minute now that I really wanted to do. I'm a little behind right now as I'm shooting this. I still need Bane, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, and Nightwing. Those are the ones I'm missing. I'm going to pass up on that Roxy Rocket figure. You know, the love-hate relationship stems from the fact that these don't really pose that well. You can't really do much with them. You could get them in some nice vanilla poses. They are very accurate to, you know, the source material to the show, and you know, you can get them in some nice pictures and what have you. Like, you know, I think this looks really cool right here, back to back, Batman and Robin. But other than that, anything you try to do dynamic, they just look like shit, and I'm not feeling it for that. But you know, for the nostalgia of it, this was a show that I actually used to watch all the time with my pops when I was younger. I won't say that I was like a kid. I mean, I was a kid, I wasn't an adult, but you know, I'm old, so so yeah. But yeah, you know, like I said, I think they look great. It's just that the posability is not really there for me. It's funny that I talk about Batman, Robin, and a Batmobile. I want to actually just get this in this episode. I haven't really shot the Batmobile in like a scene at all. It's very difficult to get it in its full glory because it's such a massive vehicle. This was one of my honorable mentions for 2015. Obviously it's not a figure, but it was something that I really enjoyed, a vehicle that I really enjoyed. 2015 was the year of some massive vehicles, and I don't think 2016 is going to be any different. But anyway, what they did was they just released some images of a re-release of this Batmobile where they're going to kind of chrome out the rims and the exhaust and the front grille. Not really chrome, but make it look a little better. And they're going to be re-releasing this Batman and Robin with cloth capes to make it easier for them to sit in the Batmobile. And they're going to come with the re-release of the Batmobile, so you'll get both Batman and Robin, the new design on the Batmobile, and all for like $139, which is actually a pretty good value considering that you paid $100 alone for the original release. So I know this scene is not real Batman-esque, it's not really like dark, but you know, I just want to shoot this real quick. And now I'm torn now because I don't need two Batmobiles, but I do want the other one. Oh, the other big thing that's gonna come with the other Batmobile is a bat signal, and it's a pretty good size. I mean, you're getting a decent amount of things for $139. So now what? Do I sell this one or hold on to it or what? I don't know. Also picked up the Figma Bruce Lee figure a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I would say it was an impulse purchase, but my man Pancho had like 3 or 4 of these on pre-order, so he had an extra one, and I was like, fuck it. You know, I do believe that the SH Figuarts one is going to be the better release of the two, but this one is okay. The likeness to Bruce Lee is not as spot on as it could be, but it's a fun figure to pose and to mess around with and get in some nice martial arts displays. You know, obviously I don't have anything dynamic going on here. I'm just kind of cycling through stuff here now, but it does pose pretty well. Only thing I don't like is the crotch area looks a little diaperish at certain angles and certain positions, but otherwise than that, it's a good karate figure. You know, obviously I got him lightly paired up with some legends here. He is very short though. The scale is definitely not the same. So you know, if you could finesse it with some other ninjas or something like that, then you could definitely make for some decent displays. Check out the feet. You can see he's got the official Chinese slippers there, and one of my many times that I've constructed a little alleyway, except I gave it some light this time. I might keep this up and put a fence at the end and do something else. I just got a package in too. from Big Bad Toy Store, so I'm gonna check that out. That package that I got, which I'm not gonna show right now, I'm just trying to move through things, was from Big Bad Toy Store. I got this Spider-Man here, the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I did not get the full wave of the Absorbing Man series yet, but in anticipation of me wanting 3 of this Spider-Man, I bought this one separately. And also in that package was the Ultimate Sarah Connor figure, and also the Ultimate Jason figure. I'll get into those in a minute, but back to this guy. This figure came out great. Obviously every figure that has come out on the Pizza Spidey mold has been excellent. This is no different. I think this one is actually a little cleaner than the Pizza Spidey figure as far as paint apps and there was no like damage or anything to the shoulders yet. We'll see what happens as I pose it up. But yeah, this one and the Scarlet Spider both came out really clean. You know, the Pizza Spidey was a great figure, but it had a few QC issues with paint rub and stuff. Pizza Spidey was actually one of my favorite, or my top 10 figures of 2015. And this guy is great. Obviously the interchangeable hands, and you can actually change him to Spider Carnage. He has the interchangeable head and the Carnage type hands. And it's funny that this dropped because we launched the A.C.B.A tendrils around the same time that this was dropping on purpose. And they went up this past weekend, and they pretty much all sold out. I think it might just be some Venom tendrils left, but the red and black ones that go for Carnage went really fast this time. And so if you didn't get any, man, sorry. But yeah, this figure is great, man. I really like this figure a lot. And what you see here is 2 of the storyboard cutouts from Series 3 of the A.C.B.A cutouts, which is actually still available on the A.C.B.A website right now as well. So I got the NECA Ultimate Sarah Connor open here. Yo, I love this figure. This figure is dope. The figure is very well done. Obviously, NECA has been doing that thing with the Ultimate line, and this figure is no different. I might like this better than I like the T800, which I got a couple of weeks ago, and I knew I was going to want to get this to kind of round out things. I got a little NECA shelf going in one of my detours, so everything that you see here comes with the figure. She's got the shotgun, she's got the automatic rifle, the assault rifle, excuse me, and the handgun, and then she's got the knife, which can be unsheathed, and she comes with 2 additional heads. So this head that's on there has the hat and the shades. But yo, my man Dave BX had called me earlier today and was like, yo, what color is the shades on your Sarah Connor? I guess he had just opened his today too, and they're like a bronze sort of color when in actuality they should be dark shades, black shades. So I'm not sure why that design choice from NECA, but he was like he was going to Sharpie his shit. So I don't know if I'm gonna Sharpie it, but I might paint them black. Obviously you can't really tell right here with this lighting, and you know the camera's not too close, but it's definitely bronze, the lenses of the shades, which doesn't really make sense. Other than that, the get up and everything is accurate. Obviously the NECA, the Ultimate releases from NECA have more articulation than some of the regular releases. She's got the ankle pivot and hinge, and you know, only thing I would have liked on this figure is just a double jointed elbow. She still can kind of hold the gun with both hands, but you're not gonna get it in the best sort of like perfect aiming pose. But everything is great. The details on the guns, everything just looks so good on this figure, man. I really like it. So I was about to actually shoot like a still motion sequence here, but I couldn't find my 3rd Spider-Man. So I think I'm gonna scrap this. I have one that's in package, but I don't know if I feel like opening that one. Whatever. Point is though that I've been meaning to try this for a minute. I don't know how well you can see it, but on the Spider-Man in the front here, you know, the hands are removable on the Pizza Spidey, on all of the Spider-Man that came out recently. And I meant to mention that too. The other reason why I always get 3 is because I had started drilling a hole in one of the fisted hands, so that way the Spider-Man weapon that we offer could actually fit through the hand, and he could actually kind of look like he's gripping a weapon when he's using it. So in every third Spider-Man I have, I'll drill a hole through the fisted hands, and you know, and use it like that. But I use the webbing from the Mafex Spider-Man that came with the Mafex Spider-Man. It has a little circular hole in it where when you pull out the hands on the Mafex, you can wrap it around the wrist. The circular portion can go around the wrist, and then you can insert the hand back into the wrist, and it'll hold into place. So it actually fits here on the Pizza Spidey too. So that's pretty cool. So you can see that works pretty well. Alright, I cleaned it up a little bit. I think that's pretty good. Should be showing up pretty good on camera, I hope. Again, I've been shooting with this camera, and I really just hate the way this camera records video. I love the way it shoots pictures, but I did get a new camera for Christmas. I forgot to mention this too. I got a new camera for Christmas, and it just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it operated. I didn't really like the way it took pictures. I didn't really like it at all. Unfortunately, I mean, it was a gift from my girl too, but it wasn't a big deal. We sent it back to Amazon, and I'll still be searching for something new. You know, something that has dual purposes that will work well for video and for photography. But in the meantime, I'll keep using this, and I just felt like there was a need to get a video out. You know, I hadn't been consistent with any display videos, so it was time to get off my ass and put in some work. So yeah, I got the another cutout from the Series 3 of A.C.B.A cutouts here. I don't know if the actual webbing from his hand is showing up that good on camera. It's a lot of light. So I got the Ultimate Jason figure opened here, and this is a very nice figure. I think my lighting is kind of moving all over the place. I have like a lime green sort of kind of neon backdrop hitting it with the lights. You know, sometimes with some of these different colored poster boards, if you hit them with the bright lights up close, then they'll give you a bunch of different effects and stuff. So, you know, I'm sidetracking for a minute, but you know, a lot of stuff that I did in this episode is just different color poster board with lights. You know, so that's something easy that you can do, and you know, just some small piece, diorama piece, or something like this, just to kind of offset the backdrop a little bit, and give you a little more space in between the backdrop and the figure, will really get things to kind of pop. So even though I haven't really enjoyed recording too much video on this camera, I think this is probably showing up pretty decent, and the pictures were definitely coming out pretty nice. But anyway, Ultimate Jason here, very nice. Very nice with the accessories you get. You get like two of those like harpoons, and the knife that he has in his hand, and then he gets the big machete, and both of them can be sheathed, and the mask is removable, and it will reveal a nasty Jason face underneath there. And this is a pretty big figure too. He's tall, he's got some girth to him, so it's a really cool figure. My only gripe is that the legs were a little loose. I talked about this on the A.C.B.A podcast last night, but I mean, as you can see, it's still a very nice figure with decent articulation. I mean, obviously Jason is not going to be doing splits and cartwheels and shit. So alright, this has been another episode of Main Course. I'm about to get up out of here. Real quick though, this was actually my top 10 of the year. Most of these I talked about in this episode. There was a few that I didn't mention, like the Thanos, which I don't own, but I thought was dope. But this is a segue just to say that we actually put together a poll for the top 10 figures of 2015, and we were trying to get as many people in the community to vote as possible. And we have extended the time for people to vote, so it'll be up for like another 24, 48 hours. So there'll be a link in the underbar. And then lastly, I talked about some A.C.B.A merchandise in this episode. quite a few things are up on the A.C.B.A website right now. We are sold out of tendrils and red and black, and Spider-Man tendrils. Still have some black ones for Venom. T-shirts are up. There's like an Ultimate Fam pack that has a tote bag and stickers and a hat and buttons and wristbands, and those things are all sold separately as well. And our 2016 calendar is up. So all of that stuff will be linked in the underbar. I'm out of here.